definitely, dude, it works.
Yeah. I hear no drone. No drone.
I'm not a Volkswagen engine, but you know, maybe this end.
Today on the channel, we're installing an AWE exhaust on a MK8 GTI. We did the touring exhaust. Watch the video and find out how to install it and what it sounds like. All right, so now we're gonna unbox the exhaust. Let's see everything that comes with it. So we have a ton of packing paper. Almost through something. So you have one of the pipes that go between the Y pipe and the tips. I will set that to the side. You have the rear Y pipe or T pipe. All right. Looks like we have some sort of reducer. And you have another 90-degree elbow. You have a piece of angled pipe. You have the muffler itself with AWE's 180-degree technology, so that's supposed to eliminate all drone. You have a resonator. It's a nice piece of pipe. Quite a nice diameter there too. All right, and then in this box is the exhaust tips, some exhaust clamps, a little bit of hardware. There's a little pamphlet in here with the install instructions. You have to scan a QR code though. So I'll show you more of that here in a little bit. There's a decal, obviously those exhaust tips. One of the things you gotta really check out, and this is one of the things that really sold me on this exhaust, is the just pure diameter of the tips. Like this is crazy. So part here is, these are 5-inch tips, double wall tips. They're gonna fill that whole opening, or the cutouts on the rear bumper of the GTI. So that's pretty crazy. So in my opinion, these are the best looking tips for the MK8 GTI. So we'll check it out when they're all installed and see how they go. But for right now, we're gonna set these to the side so they stay really nice and clean and they don't get banged up. What are you doing?
Showing everybody how fucking crazy your tool.
Dude, it's a mess.
So after you've jacked up the car, what you want to do is you want to unbolt the resonator pipe. This is a resonator delete. That's what the actual resonator looks like over there. That's probably what you have on your car right now. We've already swapped it out for an aftermarket piece. It's the same type of thing. You're just going to unbolt it. This is what the factory clamp looks like in that area. And these are going to be two 13mm nuts that you're going to loosen up to remove that clamp. Now you're going to want to keep that clamp close by because you are going to reuse it with the AWE kit. But yeah, for now we're going to loosen this clamp up. And because this one's aftermarket, we're going to just get rid of it because we have no need for it. So I'm not going to pull it completely apart. But if you have a completely OEM exhaust setup, that's the only exhaust clamp you're going to undo, and then you're going to move to the back of the car. Okay, so now your next step is below your factory resonator, there's a crossbar here. You're going to want to take a ratcheting wrench. You can use a regular wrench if you want to, or you can drop these under panels and use a ratchet to remove the spar. However, I find it a lot easier just to take a 13mm ratcheting wrench, stick it in there, loosen up all 4 of the nuts holding that cross brace on, being very careful not to cut your hands on all these heat shields underneath here. Alright, so once the cross brace is off, now you can remove an exhaust hanger right here. Let me show you that. Yeah, so you don't want to unbolt this one, the front one, because that bolt is also the fuel tank strap. So what you want to do is spray some soapy water here and take a pair of pliers or an exhaust hanger remover and push the metal end of this through the hanger. It's like taking a bath under here when you spray directly above you. Yeah, it's a soapy one. And then that soap is Johnson baby shampoo for those of you watching. I use it for a lot of things, mostly for tinting windows. But so now we're going to move to the back of the car. There's 2 exhaust hangers back there that we need to unbolt and lower the entire exhaust system down out from underneath the car. All right, so on the actual muffler itself, or the back of the exhaust system, you have 2 exhaust hangers. You have one on the passenger side, one on the driver's side. The bolt to remove this is a 13 millimeter, so I'm going to loosen both sides real quick. Now, I recommend having a buddy hold the front or put some jack stands underneath there. If you really don't care about it, you can let it just fall. I'm just trying to be nice for you guys and let you know that once you unbolt these, the exhaust will fall. So watch your head or wear a helmet. There is the driver's side, and it's kind of heavy. It's kind of a heavy exhaust, which is awesome because the AWE exhaust is pretty lightweight. The quality on it is really impressive too compared to all these factory machine welds. All right, so I'm gonna slowly lower this down, and I'm gonna pull it back. Ooh. Oh gosh, almost lost it. Factory resonator sits right here. It's a pretty heavy exhaust system for an OEM exhaust system. All right, so we've laid out the AWE exhaust system. We kind of mocked it up a little bit. So it's important to note that once you mount the resonator up underneath the car, the 90-degree elbow is going to go towards the driver's side of the car. So this fancy little guy here is to reduce the diameter of the aftermarket exhaust down to your stock exhaust. So that clamp that we pulled off earlier is going to go over this, and then you'll have a clamp that goes between this. If you have a 3-inch downpipe, you probably won't need this reducer, just a heads up. All right, so arguably this is a tight space, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and install the rear exhaust hanger on the mid pipe or the resonator. And that's just so I can get some space under here where I'm working. Probably should slide the OEM clamp from that direction. And then I can slide this clamp across. When you tighten these, you want to make sure you don't tighten them all the way until you have the entire exhaust system. And I'm going to go ahead and get this clamp started. Now it's important, if you want to avoid having exhaust leaks, to push this clamp all the way to the end. And then if it's loose like this and the reducer can slide in and out, you want to make sure that you're pushing up on it slightly to pull that tension out. Now, when you tighten this clamp, it'll square things up. All right, so we have the mid pipe hung. This is what it looks like. We would probably have to rotate this here a little bit. That's why they say don't completely tighten everything yet, because you want to be able to rotate it a little bit to get things in the exact path to where they're not rubbing on any of the heat shields or pulling too hard on any of the exhaust hangers. All right, so your next step, we're going to go ahead and throw this clamp right here. Get it on there. Now, there's an exhaust hanger that comes with the kit. Previously, on the OEM exhaust, there's only 3 exhaust hangers. AWE includes a 4th. This 4th exhaust hanger goes right up here just in front of the rear K-frame, and that is where this exhaust hanger is going to go. Oh, it's an ice cream man. Dude, oh, it's spring break. It's spring break, so the kids are, you know, they'll go buy that ice cream today, I guess.
Let's just go get an ice cream break real quick.
You want to go get ice cream?
Let's go get ice cream.
Yeah, all right. What was that?
We were at had a birthday party for
the certain like tour you had us out.
Condensed milk in the beans.
That was, yeah. They would do that and they kept it inside and they're like, we like to mix a bunch of stuff.
And we're back. I'm gonna put this on up here first, because it's a pretty stiff hanger. This is what that looks like, just like that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put the hanger in first and then clamp it. Okay. Okay, it can still move just a little bit. AWE, when you get to the point where you're ready to tighten these clamps, recommends at least 60 foot-pounds of torque on all of these clamps. So, you want to take off the rear OEM exhaust hangers, okay? And come over here and check this out. So this goes on the rear T or Y, the rear pipe, I think is what AWE calls it. You want to put it back on the exact side that it came off of. And your two smaller clamps that you have, they're going to go right between this pipe and the 90-degree elbows that go to your exhaust tips. All right, so your next step is to lift the rear section into place. Now I'm doing this all at once. I'm going to kind of slip that on, and then I'm going to use the actual resonator or muffler back there to give me some leverage as I do this. Now I'm gonna hand start these exhaust hangers just to alleviate some weight, so I'm not holding this up the whole time. All the way to the back of the car before we go tightening anything else. Otherwise the tips will look wonky. Tighten them a little bit. Not quite all the way, just because we have some adjustments to do. Okay, so it's not too tight that we can't adjust it, but now we can install our tips. Awesome.
You gonna share, dude?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm serious. Here.
I don't want any.
How's it taste? All right, now for the clamps. Did that make it taste better? All right, you want to slide these guys on there. Basically, you want to move the 90-degree pipe. You want the AWE logo to be at the top. And then you want to move that 90-degree elbow up and down, or in or out, to center the tip inside the bumper. We're going to do the other side. All right, final step is to go back from the rear of the car all the way to the front and tighten all the clamps as you go. You're gonna go ahead and reinstall that cross brace. Remember, that's a 13 millimeter. not obnoxious.
Yeah, see it like. Oh, the camera's not picking up.
Just to 4,000 RPM. 2,000. Now we're going to launch the car. We'll do a quick 0 to 60. And that's 60 miles an hour. So this exhaust is nice and tolerable. If you just want to cruise around town or go on a road trip, it's completely fine. It's not obnoxious, it's not noisy, it's not going to piss your neighbors off. Now, if you launch the car and you're playing around higher RPMs, shifting with the paddles, or if you have a manual, banging the gears, you're going to have some nice, fun noises come out of the back of your car. It's hard to deny how good the tips look, on that exhaust on the back of the car. Thanks for watching the video today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we are making more and more Mark 8 videos. Wasn't something I originally planned to do, but whatever. We started modifying the car and we're gonna keep filming it. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah?